back to my channel. My name is Los Pyro, and I'm going to take you through daily health tips to improve your health. In today's video, I'm going to talk about indigestion and how we get indigestion. Please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, do well to subscribe so that anytime I post a new video, you can get access to it. Okay, now let's go to the main topic for the day. Today we are talking about indigestion. Indigestion is a daily word that we normally use in our daily lives. It's a word that we normally use in our daily lives. I have got indigestion. What causes indigestion and what is indigestion about? When they say indigestion, how does one know he or she has indigestion? That's the first question one needs to ask himself or herself. Before you may know that you have gotten an indigestion, these are things you need to look out for. One may experience upper abdominal discomfort, and one may also experience a burning sensation that is in the upper abdomen. We call it the upper quadrant or the upper abdomen. One may also feel like vomiting, like you may feel nauseated, like nausea, feel like vomiting. You may also feel like, or you may also feel full anytime you eat, or after eating, you feel full too quickly. The moment you start eating, then you feel like your stomach is full and you are okay. Even if you are still hungry, you feel like you are okay. Full easily and fast, very quickly. All this may show one has indigestion. Now let's talk about the causes of indigestion. What normally causes indigestion? What you need to know is that one may or may not have an underlying disease before he or she gets indigestion. One does not need to have an underlying disease before he or she can experience indigestion. Indigestion does not necessarily mean that one has an underlying disease. So maybe you cannot say because I'm having indigestion because I have this kind of disease. Maybe I have diabetes, I have hypertension. That is why I'm having indigestion all the time. No, it doesn't necessarily mean that one has to get an underlying condition before he or she gets indigestion. Anyone is prone or can get indigestion. Now let me talk about what normally causes indigestion. 1. Eating too much. When you eat too much, you can easily get indigestion. When you eat more than the stomach storage capacity, when your stomach can take about 150, 1,500, 2,000, and you go out to eat about 5,000, 6,000, you are eating more than the storage capacity of your stomach. So the hydrochloric acid, which is the HCl, effect on the stomach content is going to be less. You get it? The HCl content, it is the HCl that helps in digestion. So if you overeat, making your stomach to have more than necessary content, that means the HCl needs to be produced in larger quantity. And if that does not happen, indigestion takes place. We are not going to talk about the HCl effects or the properties or the importance of HCl on food when it is being eaten. We'll leave that for another day in another video. But today we are mainly focusing on indigestion. So what you need to know is when you eat more than your storage capacity, you are going to get indigestion. 2. Drinking too much, especially whilst you are eating. Normally they do tell us that when you are eating, you don't need to eat. You have to wait for about 30 minutes after eating before you take your drink or your water, which is very good because after that time the HCl, which I said we are not talking about it today, has had an effect on the food. So when you take in the water, it will help in expulsion and absorption of the micronutrients. You understand? So drinking too much whilst eating can also affect your digestion. So you can also get indigestion if you eat or if you drink too much whilst what you are eating. 3, you have a food intolerance. Food intolerance. When I say food intolerance, food that is not good for you. Let me just simply put, food that is not good for you. If you are eating those kind of food, you are going to get indigestion because your stomach or your body system doesn't tolerate those kind of food. So you can easily get indigestion. The last one I'll talk about is taking pills on an empty stomach. Your stomach is empty, you don't have any food inside your stomach, you haven't eaten anything, and you eat, you take pills, you take some medicines, some medications, some drugs that can easily cause indigestion or can easily erode your mucosal lining. When you take those pills on an empty stomach, they are going to cause harm to your stomach. So anytime you eat, there is going to be an indigestion because it is your mucosal lining that actually helps in the absorption or in the production of the HCl to the food particle. So when you take pills into the empty stomach, they are going to destroy the mucosal lining. This one, the causes, I'm going to talk about it one-on-one in my next videos. I'm going to tackle the causes, why eating too much causes indigestion, why drinking too much while eating causes indigestion, while taking pills on an empty stomach, why food intolerance. I'm going to tackle them one after the other in my next videos. But for now, we are talking about indigestion, so I'm not going to go into details. I'm only going to base on surfaces to tell you the causes, what actually causes indigestion. So like I said, the first one I said eating too much than the stomach capacity. The second one I said drinking too much, or maybe whilst eating, can also cause indigestion. The third one I said food intolerance. Food intolerance. Then I talk about the last one. I said taking pills on an empty stomach. This is not all. We have a lot that can easily cause an indigestion. We have a lot. I will talk about them. I'll take the one after the other in my next video. But for now, let's base on these minor ones. These are the daily activities that we normally do that we get indigestion. Like I said, all these causes will be explained into details in my next video. So watch out in my next videos for the causes of indigestion. What causes indigestion? Now, please, I'll beg of you, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please kindly hit the subscribe button so that anytime I post any new video, you can get access to it. Please subscribe to the channel so that we can all interact to improve our daily health. Thank you very much for subscribing. Now let's go on. Now we are talking about treatment. How do we easily treat indigestion, or when someone gets indigestion, how do we treat it, or how do we manage it? Normally we call it management. How do we manage it? So in these videos, I will be focusing on self-treatment, like self-remedy, like self-treatment. And that is a lifestyle modification that can help to relieve indigestion. Lifestyle remedies, lifestyle modification that can help you relieve indigestion when you get an indigestion. So now, I think I will talk about, the first one I'll talk about is you eat smaller foods or smaller meals more often. What this means is you eat smaller quantities at a given interval. Let me say you are going to take rice, and you know that normally you used to take about a full bowl of rice, and it causes you to get indigestion. So what you now have to do is that you take about quarter of the rice. You take 1/4 of the rice at 6 a.m. Then you wait about 10 a.m. Then you take 1/4. It is a given interval. 6 to 10 is about 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's about 4-hour interval. So you get an interval. Then you wait to 2 or 12, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. So 2, 4 interval. Then you take another 1/4. You understand? So you eat smaller quantity at a given interval. It will help you, my brother, my sister. It will easily help you to relieve indigestion. It will help you to refrain from, you will not get indigestion when you adhere to this type of food, like this type of way of eating food. It will easily help you, and it will refrain you from getting indigestion. The second one I'll talk about is you chew food thoroughly before swallowing. You have to chew food. You have to make sure that you masticate it, that it has become so soft that it will be easily digested when you get to the stomach. We don't need to just take it inside your mouth and then you pour it inside your stomach. That the ACL will act on it and it cannot digest it. It will be there and it cannot be digested. Then you'll be there, your stomach will be bloating, and you get those burning sensation, which is the heartburns, which we'll be talking very soon in my next video. So you chew food thoroughly before swallowing. And the third one I'll talk about is you try to lose weight. Lose weight when you are overweighted. You have to lose weight small. Then your body's system can easily digest food for you. The fourth one I'll talk about is you avoid fatty foods. Food that contain a lot of fats, you have to avoid it. And to help you, or to help your body system to digest food for you, you have to avoid fatty foods. So you take, and the next one I'll talk about is you take carbonated drinks. Carbonated drinks. You need to take carbonated drinks. But when you feel bloated, when you feel like your stomach is bloated, there is gas in your stomach, breathing difficulties, heartburns, and those things, you find carbonated drink, or you get a carbonated drink. I will not mention any carbonated drink, but you know them. You find one and you take it. It will help you get rid of the indigestion. It will help you get off the gas in your stomach. So the last one I'll talk about is, this is not a self-medication, but we have an over-the-counter drugs that normally help relieve indigestion. We have like antacids. So when you take when you feel like you have gotten an indigestion, you get antacids, and you take. We have maybe chewable one. We have maybe those syrups. You can take syrups, and it will help you relieve from the indigestion. Please, when all these symptoms I talk about, the bloating, the pain, the gastric, or your upper this pain that you get, if the pain persists, or you feel like you are getting some kind of symptoms that you don't understand, please kindly visit the hospital. Kindly go to the hospital. Contact a medical or a professional doctor, so that they will continue the management from there. But if you try all these things, I am very sure, 100% sure, that you will be relieved from indigestion. But if it doesn't relieve, if your indigestion doesn't relieve, please contact a medical doctor for further management. Thank you. Please kindly subscribe to the channel. I beg you. That part really, I really like that part. Please kindly subscribe to the channel. If you are a new person, thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining the family. Kindly subscribe to the channel, so that anytime I post a new video, you can get access to it. Today we talk about indigestion, and I think, and I hope, and I know you have enjoyed it. Please kindly subscribe and wait for my next video. Thank you.